we'll start with Colin. Brian Christopherson, 24/7 Sports.
Hey, Colin. Thanks for doing this. Hope you're well. Just at that middle backer spot, it seems like we hear a lot of names, and I know there's some young guys who are hungry, but so are you seniors. What's that competition like? How do you feel those young guys pushing you and just feeding off each other?
Yeah, definitely think that we got a lot of competition in this room. We go in every day. I may be a one day, next day I may be a two. Just getting everybody ready with the feels of, okay, you may be a one today, you may be a two tomorrow. Luke Reimer's doing a phenomenal job. He's one of those guys that has a motor, can fly around to the ball, get to the ball every play. He's making plays left and right. But competition is what we love. We kind of excel to it. And Coach Rude does a good job of, everyone knows, don't get comfortable because who knows what's next.
Channel 1011, Kevin Suits.
Hey, Colin, I was actually going to ask about Luke Reimer, which you just mentioned. He arrived on campus just a year ago. How do you describe the rise that he's made, and what has he specifically done to not only impress the coaches, but gain the respect of all of his teammates?
Yeah, it's crazy to me that, Luke Reimer, walk on from the Gators, North Star Gators. But he's one of those kids that wants to be, perfect his craft. He's always trying to get in the film room, always trying to watch extra film with whoever. He's one of those guys that just loves the game, and when someone loves the game, you just can respect him a little more. Yeah, he always has his why he wants to step on the field and perfect his craft. But like I said, he just makes plays. He flies around to the ball, gives you maximum effort, loves the game, always wants to be in the film room, always asking questions. He's going to play good ball for us this year.
Hale Varsity, Derek Peterson.
Hey, Colin. Nick Henrich is a guy who's dealt with some injury stuff since getting to Nebraska. Like, what have you seen from him since getting on campus, and maybe how has he grown over this summer?
Yeah, definitely seeing Nick get on the field, get accustomed to the game again. Sad that he was dealing with some injuries, but good to have him back. He's one of those guys that just gets on the field and he's very vocal. Guys can respond to him very well. Just when he says, makes a call, everyone knows that's the call and we're going to run that defense. One of those guys that just gets on the field, like I said about Luke Reimer, gets on the field and just loves the game and just is going to give you 100% every play. So it's good just to see him healthy again and see him back to his normal self and just running around and hitting people.
Thanks, Colin.
Evan Bland, Omaha World Herald.
Hey, Colin, we're talking a lot with the defensive line today, too. I'm curious, from your vantage point, looking at that group that lost all of its starters from last year, what makes this group different in your eyes, and maybe who are a couple guys where you're just like, whoa, that's a different guy than maybe who you saw last year?
I definitely think this group did a phenomenal job of seeing how Khalil and Carlos and Darian and all those guys up front managed the game, how they studied film, how they had practice etiquette and how they practiced. So I think these younger guys did a phenomenal job of looking at how, these guys are in the league now, if they obviously did the right things, of how they practice, how they study film, how they go about their days, treatment. And they just went and followed them. So I think that a lot of these guys is holding it down for the people we lost last year, like Darian and Carlos and them. A couple names are sticking out. I would say Ty Robinson, who's going to come in and talk later. He's doing a heck of a job of clogging up the middle, getting to the quarterback, showing his speed and athleticism for how big he is. I would say Jordan Reilly is doing a phenomenal job as well. And then also a name that's kind of like popping out is Colton Feast. He's one of those athleticism guys that's, showing how fast he is and athletic he is. But I think that this Coach T is doing a good job of teaching these guys of, where the running back is, how the D-line shifted or the O-line shifted. And just the guys that were before them taught them a lot of stuff. So I think we're definitely in a good position with them.
We'll take about three more here for Colin. Sam McEwen, Omaha World Herald.
Hey, Colin, thanks for doing this today. As you examine your game from last year, what did you think you did pretty well last year? What would you like to improve on, or what have you been working on improving? And just from that, assessing that group as a whole, What do you think you guys did well last year, and where was the area where, when you look back, you wish you had been a little bit better?
Yeah. I mean, definitely just trying to perfect our craft every day as we step on that football field. I would say something that we're all trying to work together in, and especially me, is pre-alignment, pre-assignment. That was my first year last year of really playing in the games, of feeling Big Ten football and whatnot. I mean, those are some big guys up there, so definitely hit the weight room hard, definitely worked on conditioning. One thing that I, like I said, want to work on is pre-assignment. Where's my gap? If he goes here, what do I do? If he goes there, what do I do? But I think one thing we did well was run into the ball. I would definitely think get to the ball more would do us really well. We need turnovers as a whole, so we're focusing on turnovers, stripping the ball, hitting at the ball, interceptions. But I just think that, we're just trying to be loose, be free, just know our assignment, know what we have to do, and just do it, get the job done.
Rude mentioned something about he thinks you guys are going to tackle better this year. What have you guys been working on in that front, or what do you guys understand about your role better that makes him think you guys are going to tackle better?
Yeah, definitely as a whole, as a defense, just knowing where your help is, knowing that you have help outside, help inside. So just knowing that you can shoot your gun anytime you want to, and know that your teammate's going to be right there running to the ball of this leverage. Last year, I feel like sometimes it would kind of get mucked up, and people wouldn't know too much of, do I have help, do I not have help? So we wouldn't just shoot our guns and just play football and try and tackle. But now here we are, we got to be able to slow down with quarantine and go outside and go get some barrels and just walk through everyone's alignment and assignment. So this person's going to be here at this time and this person's going to be here at this time. So I definitely think that's one thing about quarantine that I can thank, is we had enough time just to slow the game down, learn the defense even more than what we did, and just get to play ball. Now being in quarantine and slowing everything down, we go out here to practice and people are just flying around, and like I said, tackling is better because we had time just to go through our assignment. But I definitely think we'll be a better tackling team. We worked hard on, making sure we get one more step in our tackle or just fitting up the runner. We're going live a lot right now, trying to get back to live tackling. It's been a little bit since then, but definitely think that quarantine helped us slow everything down, of knowing everyone's assignment. You have this leverage, this person has that leverage, so you can just shoot your gun. Don't worry about it.
Thank you.
Husker Online, Sean Callahan.
Yeah, Colin, I'm curious, how much live to the ground tackling are you guys able to get done on a given basis right now, and how important is that?
Yeah, I definitely think we're going live quite often now. Now that we have full pads, Frost does a good job of taking care of everybody and making sure that when we're going live, we're going live. Like, this is no tag off, this is no thud, this is take them to the ground. And offense does a pretty good job of doing it as well. We got Dedrick Mills and Ramiro Johnson who are running through those holes, giving you a good look every day, showing us what Big Ten backs are like with speed and athleticism and physicality. But I would definitely say now that we go full pads, we're amping it up a little bit, getting everybody ready just to get the pads popping. O-line and D-line are going in there and doing pod drills of hitting each other, and then next thing you know, we're coming out and doing full live tackle.
And I'm curious, with the NCAA giving everybody a year of eligibility back, in your mind, do you treat this as your senior year, or do you know what, maybe 2021 is my senior year now going forward?
No, every time I take on this field is my last one. Probably, like, I'm not even thinking about next year, to be honest, but just thinking about now with these guys that I'm with, and just playing this season now, just ready to play football. It's been a long time coming. So I think since last November we put pads on, so ready just to go hit some new people.
Last one for Colin, Lincoln Journal-Star, Parker Gabriel.
Hey, Colin. I'm curious, you've been playing inside now, but how much different was your ability to go back and watch film and try to improve that way this offseason, given that you had sort of a big database of your own play to go back and watch and try to get better based on that this offseason?
Yeah, I definitely think having Coach Faroud be your coach and him playing in the National Football League for so many years is a great tool. That guy can teach you parts about the game that you'll never know about, tendencies, keys, assignments, everything like that. So watching film with him about last year and just watching film about how I managed the game last year and how I, prepared myself for the game and taking notes and just learning a lot about last year is something that I truly look back on quite often, but focusing on now to make this year my year. But truthfully, just learning with Coach Rude, just meeting with Coach Rude, being with Coach Rude, and him teaching you the game and showing you, that this is what could happen this play or this play. And I don't know, I just can't thank him enough.
All right. Thank you, Colin. Thanks, guys. We'll have Ty and DeAndre here in a moment.